everybody, it's Jen and I am here to do a little basics video. So if you're wondering how to use the wonderful rice papers that you see in the ASC shop, head on over to ASC Supplies on Etsy or asccraftsupplies.com and search rice papers, and you will see so many choices. Like, there is something for everybody. So my discount code is scrappingposh10, so you can get 10% off all your rice papers, and I do believe they ship for free, so it is a wonderful, wonderful deal. So rice papers are kind of like a mulberry paper with print on it. It reminds me of like a dryer sheet, so it doesn't tear easily, but it's made so that you can almost make it a part of whatever it is you adhere to. So for this one, I have some matte Mod Podge and my rice paper, and then I have this box that I actually started before I moved. So it's an ASC supply design team project also, so 2 projects in one here. I'm not done with it, but you can see there's actually rice paper on the back wall, and I did video this. I'll see if I can get that up soon. And then I used some of the little molds. You can use polymer clay in the molds, and I used the little filigree things to kind of decorate it. And then this is just like little scrap wood pieces, so just so you can see that. But today we're going to focus on the outside and how to adhere the rice paper to the box. So this is just a wood box. I think I got it at Michael's craft store. They have them at Hobby Lobby. I could have got it at Hobby Lobby. And then this Mod Podge is, who knows how old it is. Well, it's only $3.99 for 8 ounces, so it's pretty old, but it's not open yet. So we're going to open this one. Okay, and this mat here underneath, this is a craft mat, and Crystal also sells those on ASC Supplies on Etsy. You can get anything on or off of it, and it's heat resistant, and I suggest picking up a few if you're a messy crafter like I am. Okay, so to prep your surface, if you have a light colored rice paper and you want it to stay true to color, paint your surface white. This is an off-white, and it's kind of vintagey anyway, and I have a light colored box, so I'm not worried about it. So the first thing you do is put a layer of Mod Podge on whatever it is you are putting your image on. And this is going to cover the whole thing, so I'm just going to put it on there. This has a, maybe I should have sanded it first. This has a really grainy texture. It's fine. It doesn't matter. Okay. So we have a coat on there. And then I'm just going to stick this right on top and push down. We'll come through the paper a little bit. That's what it's supposed to do. Okay. Now, my suggestion is, once you get this down, you can do a couple different things. You can either like put the Mod Podge on top of it to make this tear, or you can wet it. So we're going to wet it. And I have one of these containers here. I just put some water in it. And I would use my brush, but I'm going to use my brush for Mod Podge. All my other brushes are outside. So just wherever you want to tear it, and you don't have to tear it on the edge. You can tear it wherever you want, because later on you have to blend it in anyways. So just right there where I got it wet, I'm just pulling it away. and that keeps from having harsh lines. So if you don't tear it and you cut it and you get harsh lines, when you paint over it to kind of blend in the rice paper, you can see it. But this way, you don't see it. It just blends in. And I'm just taking water and I'm going around the outside edge or wherever it is you want to tear it. If you want to tear it like closer to like the bird or whatever your image is, I suggest tearing it before you put it down, because once you got the Mod Podge on, obviously it's not going to want to tear where you want it. It's stuck down. Okay, and you can see those fibers, like the fibers from the paper, and we'll just glue those down too. And this kind of gives us a nice, like it's fine the way it is, and you can just do, use it the way it is. But it also gives us like a nice background or backdrop if we wanted to add some maybe some molds or something on here. Like there's the one of the crow's head and stuff like that. I'm not going to add them today because I'm going to finish the inside first. I don't want to add anything dimensional. So I keep these. I use these to, like, if I have a 3D project, if I have a magnet that I want to hold down, I use this because it's hard to tear. Well, it's not now because it's wet, but when it's not wet, it's hard to tear. So I keep all the scraps, just so you know. Okay. Now, I'm just gonna pull up the sides where it was wet and where I didn't get it Mod Podge down because it goes over the side, and we're just going to finish Mod Podging that. My brush is too big. So I'm just going to go from the bottom up. And then you can just go right over it because we're going to go over the middle anyways. And this is matte Mod Podge. If you wanted to use gloss Mod Podge, you could. I wouldn't do it until it was already painted, because then you'll have, your image will be gloss, but your paint would not be. And those fibers just blend right in. So it's super simple to use rice paper, and it makes a huge difference in projects. I've seen people use the rice paper on just plain paper boxes, to reuse them, to upcycle them. I'm pretty sure I've seen people use it on glass. They have heat resistant Mod Podge. They have dishwasher resistant Mod Podge. So you're only limited to whatever medium you want to use. And then on the outside, you can do a couple different things. Like you can take a brush and you can brush like you would paint this. But I don't like the brush marks, so I like to like stipple it. So I take it and dab. And Crystal has these little round brushes that I really like using. So look at their little round sponge brushes, just like this, but round. It helps blend things in because this is square. It kind of leaves a certain pattern. I guess we can do it this, dab, 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 dab. Now, if you had, it's not bad for the Mod Podge, this brush, but if you the paint, you'd definitely be able to tell. When you have the round, you can't tell at all. So here. And of course, this is going to dry clear. It's the whole point of Mod Podge. And this is kind of like a fall, like Halloween vibe with the crow and the orange and the leaves. So just about time for that. Okay, so, and there it is. I'll show you the sides so you can see the fibers, how they reacted. Didn't take a lot of Mod Podge, only took a minute to do. And there's the side, you can see the fibers hanging down. So when you go to paint that, it's gonna blend right in. Okay, and then when this dries, I will put a picture in here. And I hope you join me for the rest of this project. I have to figure out where to put the battery for the lights is what I'm dealing with right now. So head on over to ASC Supplies on Etsy or asccraftsupplies.com. Use Scrapping Patch 10 for 10% off your purchase. And go get you some rice paper, Mod Podge, and some sponge brushes. And you can have a heyday with this. Everything's linked below. So we will see you in the next one. Thanks a lot, and bye-bye.